Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Always Open. On today's show, we're going to be talking about what we like about going to the movies. We have a confessional from a user about a Skype conversation they overheard. We're going to be talking about our worst experience at the doctor's and a question from, once again, our lovely, non-provided by the art department box of issues.
They didn't do that?
No, they didn't.
That's legit.
This is us.
That's legit.
Yep. Can you believe it?
You guys have a skill set. I think you should mark it.
Thank you.
Well, on today's show, you got me, Barbara Dunkelman, along with Becca Fraser.
I'm Patrick Matthews.
What's up, motherfuckers?
You know.
It's me, your girl. Your friendly neighborhood.
Disappointment.
Have I said disappointment? I don't think I've said disappointment.
Abandoner. You have. You've said disappointment.
I've said disappointment, yeah. I don't know. I'm disappointing because I didn't come up with an intro today. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll
tried.
forgive you this once. Is that the hardest part about the show, is coming up with an intro for yourself each time?
Yeah. Because I don't remember to do it until I sit down and then we film. Sometimes I do come with one in mind.
The rest of us just have to know our own names.
Yeah.
Meryl has to have a whole...
You dug this hole.
I know, I shouldn't have done it. Well, you did it to me because I was watching them back, and at first it was just the "it's me" part, and then one time you said you should be like, "haha, your friendly neighborhood," and then that's when I started.
Well,
and
you
so now,
you don't have to listen to me.
Well, it's your fault. And now I've done this thing, and I can't not do it now. People are gonna call it out if I stop doing it.
It's true. People will always call us out if we don't do our shot.
Yeah.
Because one time people are like, "Man, it took them a long time to get to the shot," and I'm like, "Listen, let's do it."
We'll do
Not
shots.
all about the
Started off-
I got no
drinking.
problem with it.
We're doing the Irish Lady. This one's submitted by Nikki W, and it has melon liqueur. I will never be able to. What is it?
Liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Yeah. Vodka and a splash of Mountain Dew.
Ooh, I'm gonna get all hyped up on
I
that.
love Mountain Dew.
The Irish Lady.
Wait to tie.
Cheers. Oh, let's go.
Aaron Gobra.
Oh, shit.
All right, now I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, no, right.
Ready to fuck Ooh, it was good.
Why was that an Irish lady?
Maybe because of the...
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
It's the Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew actually originates in Ireland.
Does it really? What?
No, it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't. I want you to go along with the bit.
This is orange, like Irish people's hair?
Yeah, you little ginger boy. Tell us more about
As
the
someone
Irish.
who is our representative of Ireland.
I actually met these like Irish people once, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Like I'm Irish too." And they were like, "Oh, from what part?" And I was like, "Oh, America."
Yeah.
I'm American. Never mind.
Yeah. Wait,
win.
you don't have any Irish...
Yeah, like
You got to.
some.
all right, we're starting off with a new segment, a new little icebreaker that we're calling What I Love About. And it could also be What I Hate About, but we're doing love this week because we want to start off positive. And we're doing What I Love About Going to the Movies. I'm going to a movie tonight, so this is why I want
What
to
are you
talk
gonna
about
go
it.
What will you be seeing?
I'm going to see It.
Bitch. No.
Oh. What?
Why? What? Why?
I want to go see it eventually.
I seen it.
See what?
Yeah. It. Was it scary?
See what?
'Cause It.
Christ.
Because we went and saw Annabelle.
Yes.
I was forced
Yes.
to go see
Is that
that.
the doll one?
Yeah.
Yes, it's like
that
the-
scared the bajonkers out of me.
We were both
Bajonkers.
screaming
Yeah,
the
we
whole
were
time.
screaming out.
it-
And there was one point when I was just like, I did this like, mostly it's just like, ah, ah, but there's one time I was like, ah! Like, it's just this, like,
Oh, sorry, y'all.
manly scream that came out of nowhere, and I was like,
Well, because it was you
Alex, Bethany, and you.
and then me. Was I on the end?
Cool,
I thought
guys,
you
thanks
were
Were
on
you
the
next to
end.
me?
I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. But it was fucking terrifying, and we were all three of us because Bethany has no heart.
Bethany's
and is,
just
like
chuckling the whole way.
she's
through
like
it.
laughing the whole time. But
Yeah.
that's how she laughs at scary movies.
Yeah.
I'm very scared.
We were terrified.
Yeah, we were spooked. It was
Yeah.
spooky.
So I love seeing movies in
Gorgeous.
general. I like going to movies by myself too.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
love
one of
going
those
to movies by
people.
myself.
Where I don't mind. I know a lot of people think like the social norms and
Yeah.
all the restrictions people have on things like that. Or it's like embarrassing to go to the movies alone, and they don't want to be. And it's like, oh, it's so sad, but it's like, you don't talk during the movies anyways. Especially when you go to the Alamo, you get your food, you can just like have a day to yourself and like do that whole thing.
Eat as much as you want, and no one's gonna judge you.
Exactly. And I used to work at a movie theater, so I would go to movies all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But I used to not like it as much back then because it's not the Alamo.
Right.
So there's like kids running around everywhere, and you have to like fight for a seat, and there's popcorn everywhere.
You don't ever miss that like authentic movie experience though, because I feel like we are so spoiled by the Alamo and like by like Crown and like these nice movie theaters that you have that sometimes I do like sometimes I just go and like I'll see a shitty movie at the AMC at Barton Creek just to have the experience of like a terrible movie.
Since moving to Austin, I've been to one AMC,
Okay.
and it was to see Frozen because every screening of Frozen had sold out, and I really wanted to see it.
I gotcha.
Which was a bad movie to go to the AMC for because it's like clearly there will be a lot of kids there.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of families.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, I will never, for the rest of my life, go to a fucking AMC as long as there is an Alamo available to me.
I don't know. There's a certain like smell to like the AMC, you know,
yeah,
like
you
you know,
know?
it's in the mall.
Yeah,
and
but
it's,
for
like,
me-
Dr.
trashy.
Pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that syrup. For me, it just brings back the 3 years I worked in a movie theater, so it's
Yeah.
not a good memory.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, it's also since this one, the AMC that we have is in the mall, and like I feel I like malls so much because they still feel like nostalgic to me. Like I feel like
It's like the only place
Like a
you go
ward
as a
back
kid.
to
Yeah.
middle
Yeah.
school.
yeah, and it's like you walk into a mall and you're like, holy shit, like I'm 12 again.
It's like your parents dropped you out there with your friends.
Like you're going
hanging
over
out
to like
there.
Spencer's and you're like, do that. Oh, I'm an adult. Like, I can do this.
I can do this now. But yeah, I don't know. Movies.
What's your favorite thing about going to the movies?
I don't know, so I grew up in a really tiny area where the nearest movie theater was
did.
an hour away, and it was horrible. It had like 3 screens, and it never had like new
So it was
releases.
like a whole day if you wanted
So
to go
yeah,
see
yeah.
a movie.
So it was a huge endeavor, and I almost never saw movies I was really excited to see in the theater because it was never an option.
Yeah.
So when I came to Austin, I just like never went to the movies. It never crossed my mind until I guess I don't know, like my sophomore year of college. I started going to Weird Wednesdays at Alamo Drafthouse. Like at midnight, they would show a really weird movie for free, and that's when I was like, "This is awesome. I need to invest in this more." And so Alamo Drafthouse totally redefined how I roll with the movies too.
Completely.
Now, my favorite thing about going to the movies is that I can. And like I can like sit in the quiet for 2 hours and have a drink and eat and have peace of mind.
You
and-
got a little kid.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever take Clem to the movies?
She's never been to a movie.
never been.
No.
How old is she?
She's almost 3.
She's 16.
Yeah. So like Alamo Drafthouse, you have to be at least 4, I think, to go to a normal movie.
Could you even enjoy a movie at 3? Like, do you really know what's happening?
She's seen a lot of movies, but she has a very short attention span.
Yeah. I'd imagine it would be a struggle.
My mom will take my niece and my nephew. My nephew's 6 and my niece is 3. And my nephew, we would take him to the movies at like 2 years old, and he was just like, give him like a fucking bucket of popcorn, and he's just like, fuck.
Yeah, the popcorn is key.
Like I'm just gonna sit here and eat it. My niece though, she'll last for like 30 minutes, an hour at most, and then she's like, all right, let me walk around. I'm bored. Like let me do something.
The popcorn at Alamo Drafthouse is no joke. They give you a bowl that is like
Big old metal.
this big, like as big as your fucking body, and it's free refills.
Yep.
And it's I
didn't know it was
like
free refills.
And they're not sticklers about it either. Like you can share with all your friends.
yeah, and it's like I like popcorn. I like having popcorn in a movie, but no one I ever go to a movie with wants popcorn, so I always end up getting like this entire bowl, and I'm just like,
Well, I feel like when you go to the Alamo, you have so many other options that you don't think of the popcorn.
I think it's when it's like at a time that's not a meal time.
Yeah.
Like if you go at like, I don't know, 2:30, it's like I've already eaten lunch. I'm not ready
go
for
to the
dinner.
I like starve myself in preparation.
Yeah, that's true.
It's dentist time.
2:30.
Oh God, get out of here.
But I think my favorite part about going to movies, though, is if you go to see like a new release and the theater's packed.
Yeah.
I love the like group mentality
Yeah.
of like everyone's laughing together or like scared together or excited together. And I feel like it's more enjoyable when you see a movie with a big group of people like that.
That's why I
rather
saw
than
like
just alone.
Paranormal Activity, the first one. It was like the midnight screening, and the whole like everybody was in it, and it was just like this was like a new thing. And it was so fun. It was super scary. Yeah. So that's the thing I like about it is just like going with my friends. Like I'll go watch a movie by myself occasionally, but like I just like the social.
We saw you, me, and then some other people from work went to see Transformers. Not Transformers.
Power Rangers.
We saw Power Rangers
Yeah.
together.
Oh God, it was so good. It was
And
so
we-
bad.
Like
so
the
good.
day was just like a good day, and we were feeling good, and it was just like when we went to go see, we were like so fucking into it. I was sitting next to Patrick, and like when the music came in for the Power Rangers song,
go
we like
Power
looked at each other and were just like, yo!
It was great. It was great.
Well, we have we'll do like our company screenings for like the Star Wars that we've gotten to see like around Christmas time, and those are always fun because it's like we're all here, we're all loving this fucking movie, we're all excited for it, and we're all just gonna fucking watch some Star Wars.
What are your opinions on people who clap at the end of a movie?
I don't like them. They're like a notch below people who clap at the end of a flight.
At the end of a flight when they
yeah,
land?
yeah.
Because at least the pilot can hear that applause.
Yeah.
Who's gonna like?
Yeah, the director's not here.
Yes.
Well, maybe
He's like,
the guy running the thing.
Yeah.
He needs some praise.
The projectionist.
Yeah.
I think I clapped at the end of
Titanic.
one movie. No, I don't. It was a movie recently. Was it Your Name, maybe? Because I was just like so emotionally overwhelmed that I'm like, yes! Oh my God. Yeah, it's like I don't even care.
I think when we watched Get Out, there was a lot of people clapping just because it was
yeah.
such a satisfying, like, at the end of that movie.
True.
You know? It's a lot of tension and whatnot. But I don't mind people who clap. It has to be like the right movie and like the right thing. But if there's just someone just like going to every movie just to clap for it.
Yeah.
Because they have no other occasions they can clap for in their lives.
I haven't had anybody clapping in theater in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
We should have clapped at the end of Annabelle.
I'll clap at the end of It.
There you go.
Woo! I don't know like anything that happens in that movie. I haven't seen anything
I don't fuck
before
with
it.
clowns, dude.
I'm fine with clowns. Maybe I won't be after this.
Nope.
Sounds weird.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to get a good night's sleep after this.
Yeah.
Maybe on my Casper mattress.
Ooh, tell me more.
Perhaps. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Casper. You all know Casper by now. They're the ones making outrageously comfortable mattresses that you've heard about a million times on podcasts. But as someone who has a Casper mattress, I could tell you it does definitely live up to the hype. I have a Casper mattress. It is a king bed, and it's literally the best thing in my entire life, like right now, which I know sounds a little extreme, but I look forward to getting home, especially when I'm on vacation, of just like getting home and sleeping in my mattress and like starfishing in my bed. It's the best feeling ever.
I want to. Oh, I was just thinking it's mine.
Yeah.
But I want a king size bed.
Everyone should have a king size
I have a
bed.
queen. I was just like, I
If
didn't
you
want
got
to drop
room
down the
for
extra
it-
cash, but like,
You can lie on it either way.
I'm so
The
tiny.
thing.
Well, did you know you could get $50 off if you want to get a king size?
If I want,
Let me tell
How
you
would
more.
I do that?
Let me tell you more. Casper is super easy to buy online. They're delivered straight to your door in a compact box, and they have free shipping and free returns. They're currently available in the US, Canada, and the UK. Considering we spend a third of our lives on mattresses, it's very important to truly sleep on a mattress before committing. That's why Casper gives you 100 nights to try out. Get $50 towards any mattress purchase, Patrick, by visiting casper.com/open and using the promo code OPEN. Terms and conditions apply. That's casper.com/open and promo code OPEN to get $50 off.
Got it.
Yes, you can try out a king mattress.
Done.
Highly recommended.
Deal. 100 days. Free returns.
Yep.
I'm in.
Am I going to be able to sleep after this movie?
I heard it's not that scary.
I've heard it's like Stranger Things, but a little scarier.
Okay. I heard it ends in a way where it's not as scary. Like you won't go home thinking.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Well, after
I've had two. Like I didn't think it was super scary, but I've had other people that were like, I was terrified, like horrified.
after
Yeah,
we
so-
watched Annabelle, we all separately went to our homes, and I got home, and I was driving down my street, and there was this guy like 3 or 4 houses down from my house, just like literally sitting crisscross on the sidewalk, just like
What? No
like this.
way.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I texted you guys that. And then so I got home and like ran in, like locked my doors, like set my alarm, and then Patrick gave me a katana as like a housewarming gift. So like I pulled it out from under my bed and I sat it next to, and it like I finally got over it, but for like I guess we saw that movie a month ago for
Yeah.
the 3
Couple
weeks,
days,
3
yeah.
4 weeks. I
Question then.
Oh,
slept
weeks.
next to it.
If you did have like a home intruder.
Okay.
Or someone trying to come in. Would you know how to use a katana to defend?
Fuck yeah, bitch, stab stab.
Oh, I swing. I'm like baseball
I would
bat
swing
style. Yeah.
like you, I think.
Wait, but it's not sharp. It's
it's
only
not sharp
at
enough.
the tip.
Well, it's not super sharp anyways, anywhere. But like if you like, it's a big piece of metal, man. Just
Yeah, you gotta like whack them, but like I'm gonna fucking stab someone.
Also, if I was a home intruder and I saw someone coming at me with a katana, I'd probably leave.
Well,
you wouldn't laugh. I
the
would
thing,
laugh.
I think about it though, because like at my house I have 2 katanas, a baseball bat, and a boken, like just for safety.
Wow, okay.
What's a
Just for
boken?
safety,
a
practice katana, yeah.
Oh.
But that's just for my safety. But then I think like I've got a lot of weapons here that like my intruder could take and use against me.
Yeah.
So
And they probably know how to use them better than
probably.
Yeah,
I also think like if you're gonna break in, like just take everything. Like just don't hurt me.
All right,
Don't break into my house.
Where do you live again?
Dallas.
Man, thanks for commuting all this way to be on the show.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Well, we're going to move on to a confessional. I thought we'd bring these back because they're so much fun. Yeah. This one obviously is anonymous. Every time it is. So this one reads, I spend a lot of time with my 2 best friends online. They are in a couple and I'm single. I don't have any attraction to either of them, but one night they forgot to mute themselves in the Skype call and I heard them talking about her showing him herself naked.
Ooh, titties.
And they continued talking sexually for a while, and I just listened. This didn't weird me out or anything, but now I know about something of their more private parts of their relationship. Anonymous.
Yeah.
You all know your friends fuck.
Here's the thing. I would absolutely do this.
I just listen.
Oh yeah. I am such like a voyeuristic type person.
Ooh,
I
Barbara.
love listening to things that I shouldn't listen to or seeing things that I shouldn't see.
Ooh.
I mean,
Scandal.
would anyone turn that off? Like, guys, I can hear you. I'd probably do that.
I think it depends on
I
what
think-
friends.
Yeah, like I just like I don't know. I've got a couple friends that I like play online games with, and they're in a couple, and I'm not. And like after a while, it's just kind of like, why am I here? Like I'm gonna log out now, and then I just go like silent, but I'm still playing. Like appear offline.
What would you do if you went into a room and there was like a double-sided glass window, but like it was a mirror on their side and they were fucking in that room and you could see right
Oh,
through?
I'd watch that.
You'd watch.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't listen.
It depends on which
Wait,
friend.
I don't know
friends or
because it feels like
strangers?
it's
Friends.
Oh no.
It depends on the friends. I got some sexy friends.
yeah, it depends on the friend.
I'd watch Barbara getting boned.
By
Ooh.
who though?
I wouldn't. I'd
Yeah,
feel
I'd
too
watch
bad.
that. I'd watch that.
You could watch. It's okay.
Yeah, I'd watch
Never
that.
mind. I'm pretty confident.
I don't know. Yeah, that is tricky because like ideally, yeah, I think I probably would watch that. But like initially, I'm like, oh, that's terrible. You're a horrible person. But I think maybe I would do it.
I would do it.
You guys
I would
ever
do
walked
it.
in on any friends like?
Yes, my roommate my sophomore year. I'll never forget.
Do tell.
She had this stupid fucking cat, and he was so
Just
needy.
fucking the cat!
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. No.
Becker?
He was very needy, and
The cat or the friend?
the cat. And so he was like in the hallway, clawing at her door to get in, and I thought she wasn't there. And so I opened the door to let the cat in, and she was just like on top of her loser, horrible boyfriend. Sorry. And I slammed the door, and I IM'd her. I was like, sorry.
I feel like if someone walked in on me, I don't know if I'd want them to like message me after.
I'd just be like, let's
I'm like,
like,
it
let's never
happened.
happen.
Like, I don't want you to acknowledge it when I look at you in the face. I want it to just be like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Done.
I had two friends that would purposefully like, not like they wouldn't have sex in front of me, but like they knew it would make me uncomfortable, so they'd just like start making out. And I'm like, oh.
Have you ever hooked up with someone in the same room as you?
Wait, what?
Wait.
Like
Everyone I've ever hooked up with?
hooked up with someone while other people were in the same room.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Sorry, I
yeah.
worded that wrong.
What do you mean by hooked up?
Like
Zone.
anything, like
Pound Town.
like either
Fuck truck.
sex or oral. I'd say like making out.
I
is
gave
not
like a
risky.
hand job in a backseat. Yeah.
I gave a hand job in a bed while one of our other friends was sleeping on the couch in the same room.
I once had sex under a bed, a friend's bed.
Under a bed?
Under a bed.
Well, a tight fit. Yeah.
It was a tight fit. It was a tight fit. But yeah, I can't remember why. And it was actually funny because this was in high school, and yeah, I was at a friend's house, and then we were just like, why not? And she was just like, okay, well, I'm a little uncomfortable, but like I'm just gonna watch my TV over here. And then years later, she came to visit me here in Austin, and she brought someone back to my apartment. She was just visiting, and she was like, I'm gonna have sex with this person in your room because of what you did to me.
Oh, so she knew.
Oh, she knew. Yeah, she was 100% aware.
Oh.
Of it.
Payback.
Payback. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, you know what? You're right.
I felt really. I did it once. I didn't have sex in another bed, but we were hooking up in other ways. It was a friend of mine who they got a hotel room and they had two of the double beds, but they were a couple, and so they're like, oh, you can crash with us if you need, because I was like, I'm looking for a place to stay. It was for a convention, and so they let me stay in the other bed, and during the convention, I like met this guy and like we were hanging out, and he's just like, "Are you staying at this hotel?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, could I like come back to your room with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm staying with some other people." And he's like, "Well, it's 2:00. They're probably asleep right now, right?" And
You're like, yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, they're probably asleep right now."
You always overestimate how
know.
clueless other people are.
Yeah. And like we went back to my room and like snuck in. And, like as if this would change anything, we built like a pillow wall on like that side of the
Considerate.
bed.
That's sweet.
And like it didn't like he was like on my tits and like down here, and I was down there on him.
Doing one of these.
Like we weren't having sex or anything like that, but it was still like stuff was happening. And these people probably heard or knew.
Oh, just pretend like you're asleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had some friends of mine from Australia who he was telling me a story where there was people hooking up in his hotel room, and they were like, "Oh God, it's so gross," and they were hearing like the. But then it was like this immediate, just like, "Huh," and then I'm sorry.
Oh,
And they were all just like,
How
do you not laugh?
hold that back?
yeah. I would be dying.
like that's the best. Like,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
Ooh.
I wonder if anyone's hooked up in the same room as me though.
Ooh. There's this really hilarious scene in The L Word where, obviously everyone's a fucking lesbian in that show, but they're all of them, like 8 of them are staying at this one house, and 2 of them start hooking up, and they're like, oh no, we're being very quiet. And it's like, it cuts to everyone just like sitting there awkwardly like,
We can hear you.
we can hear you, we know what you're doing.
See, anybody who does that, I'd be like, you go. You get it. I'm proud of
do
you.
your thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys
And I'll
ever
listen
been-
a little bit.
Freak.
You little freak, you little freaky bitch.
Have you guys ever been to the Metropolis?
That horrible apartment complex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like here in Austin?
Uh-huh.
No.
So you said, like, this is probably like 10 years ago, I used to date a guy that lived there, and we were all swimming in the pool, and his apartment had like a window that was on the pool, and we were like, okay, we're all drunk, like, we're horny, we're gonna leave. And they were like, well, just like do it in the window so we can watch. And so we were like, okay.
No.
Oh my God, no.
So we did like a window show.
For your
that was-
friends?
yeah.
Like, no. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, says the guy that's like, I don't know if I can watch my
Yeah.
friends.
you fucking dirty bitch.
Like, I'll do it for my friends.
Patrick is like so nasty.
Bipolar.
Well, also just like you are a dirty little man.
Freak.
Like in like the best way possible. Like I know if I ever ask a
angel.
question on this show, your answer will always be yes. Like, have you ever done this? Have you ever seen
guy.
this?
I'm like initially I'm like, no, I would never. And then I think about it, I'm like, no, yeah, I would. No, I would. I have done that.
Would you? Have you? Have you ever caught your friends having
Would
sex?
you?
I feel like
Could
you
you?
have.
I-
I feel like you've seen people like do the
I've seen so many people have sex. It's just kind of like I'm just like, oh. You're
Seen, not just heard.
It's just
like
another
seen,
Tuesday.
heard. I had a good friend of mine that was a high school friend that I grew up with that I went to stay at his dorm because we were just in Tarleton. So Stephenville.
I went to Tarleton for 1 year.
So all right, cool. All right. So I went to visit, and I remember we got really drunk at some bar. I ended up back at his dorm room, and his girlfriend and him were in. They have little like twin beds.
Yeah.
And they just started having sex, and I was just like, I was kind of drunk, and I was kind of like, what's happening over there? They were kind of moving a little weird, and I was like, they were trying to be quiet. You could tell, but like I could totally tell what was going on because then actually. I kind of heard noises, and I was like, oh! I just turned around, and I was like, yeah, it was a little. So I personally have not had sex in front of someone. Like, no, I actually. I
feel like I need to try it.
I haven't done it in front of someone, but I've been in the same like room as someone, but like
Yeah.
it was like it wasn't like they didn't even know we were doing it.
Oh,
Well, in those dorms, I used to, because I was 18, I used to masturbate all the time when my roommate was asleep. And I'm sure he heard me. I mean, he was probably jacking off too. Like,
What did that sound?
You're just
Young,
horny
horny.
at that time.
Yeah, it's
so
like-
yeah, you're just like super horny. So yeah, so that has happened. But yeah, but I guess working in bars, I've seen some people have sex in the bars.
Oh, yeah.
Just-
God, yeah.
Or like in the bathroom.
Yeah, or just like giving head on
The dance floor.
like the dance floor.
That
It
was
like,
me. Sorry,
wow,
Texas.
okay, that's amazing.
probably was.
That girl next to her just dancing, getting it, and you're like, and there's a guy with a boner next to you, and he's about to get off. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, I've seen a lot. So yeah, well, good for you, Patrick. Jacking off in front of your.
Yeah.
your
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, imagine like at places like Barbarella's.
Oh my God,
which
that's
we
where-
talked about.
Oh
before.
yeah, it just turns into an orgy. at 6
Yes,
a.m.,
that's
basically.
that's where you go to sit. That's where that's the only place I've ever sinned.
So to what?
Sinned?
Oh, sit. I thought
Oh, I
you
thought
said
you said sit. Me too.
Just
I was like,
go there and have a seat.
why are you
This
sitting
place
at
is sit down.
Barbarella's?
Oh, you know.
I would not sit on anything
feet
at that
hurt.
bar.
Yeah, no,
get
even,
pregnant.
even the little
Exactly.
boobs. Yeah.
You sit down and get an STD.
That's where you go to sin.
If you're ever in Austin and go to Barbarella's, it's an experience. Definitely go to Rainy Street. It's a cool place. East 6th, fun times. A lot
Our
of
house
people.
district, like gay bars.
Yes, good gay bars here. A lot of people go to Dirty 6th when they're in town for RTX, which is like right near the convention center.
Yeah.
And I guess like people coming in for RTX, like
right.
that's probably
If
the
you've
age
never
group.
been,
Yes.
you should go to Dirty Six.
Dirty Six at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night in the street is
The best
just,
people watch.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
On
you'll see
Halloween.
Get
people
arrested.
crying, people fighting, people throwing up, people doing all three of those things like
At the same time.
A lot of barefoot people. Like it's just it's insane. It's a
Street
free for all.
performers and everything too.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going out drinking, you should be safe
Yeah, she's good.
and use Lyft.
She's so good.
Lyft knows that their drivers are what keeps them moving. So they do everything they can to make sure their drivers are happy on every trip. It's a simple formula. Happy drivers means happy passengers. Maybe that's why 9 out of 10 Lyft rides get a perfect 5-star rating. You could earn hundreds of dollars a week plus tips. Do you want to earn more money? Drive more. It's never been easier to give yourself a raise. Lyft was the first rideshare platform with tipping built right into the app. Because getting tipped shouldn't depend on your passengers having a crumpled bill in their pocket, which I always do. Whenever I pay for something with like bills in my pocket, it's just like, here you go.
Here's my sweaty money.
Yep. You keep 100% of the tips and they add up fast. Drivers have been paid over $200 million since the feature was first introduced. And Express Pay lets you get paid almost instantly instead of waiting for weeks. So join the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Go to lyft.com/alwaysopen today, and you could get a $500 new driver bonus. That's lyft.com/alwaysopen, lyft.com/alwaysopen. Limited time only, terms apply. Thank you, Lyft.
Oh, Lyft.
Don't drink and drive, essentially, is what we're saying,
Please
too.
don't.
And if you don't drink, then you could maybe become a Lyft driver. You never have that issue.
Don't microdose and drive either. Take a Lyft.
Well, speaking of microdosing
Gosh,
and medicine,
yeah. Yeah.
we're going to move on to our Ask Us Anything question. This one comes from Marissa L. And Marissa wants to know, what was your worst experience at a doctor? Not including microdosing.
This isn't, I mean, I've never really had terrible experiences. My gynecologist once told me that I had a long vagina.
Hey, me too.
Oh, really?
Long, like the opening?
Like
my
No,
cervix
like inside?
Yeah.
Oh.
So she had to like dig
like
in
the
there.
opening?
She had to dig in there, and then my mom told my mom, and
that
then she
deep.
called me.
Wait, what? Your doctor told your mom?
No, I told my mom.
Oh,
She's like,
Mrs. Salcedo.
No, I told my mom because I was
Cavernous,
like,
yes.
yeah. It's deep, mom.
Deep?
Hello. It's deep.
Deep and long.
It's yeah. You go in there, you can't come out. It's very scary.
Yeah, because I guess how would
But
you know
anything
otherwise?
there.
Because you never had a penis in there.
How do you know that?
Ooh. Have you?
No.
I think I know that.
But so I called my mom and I was like, "You never guess what the doctor told me today." And she's like, "What?" And I said, "Well, she told me I got a long vagina." And she laughed for about 5 minutes, and then she called me long vagina for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
And I'd be like, "Hey, mom, like,
Long
how's it
is,
going?"
long is just weird sound. Like, I would think you would say deep or like
She's long. I don't know.
Long?
I guess it's like the way, like the anatomy and like the way it works. That it's like
just long.
And I think I came back and we have like a channel with like a bunch of the chicks, ladies, women, people,
Full-grown
who
women.
full-grown women who
Adult
work
women.
here. And I think I came back and I was like, guys, the gynecologist told me I had a long vagina today. Like, what does it mean? Has anyone else ever gotten that?
Did we respond to that?
I think so. I think there was some conversation.
I feel like I have a short vagina.
Do you? I can shove it in there and
You wanna test it out?
I got little hands.
Do you get hit in the cervix a lot?
Well, I think so. And I think the reason I think that is because I got fingered by a guy and it like really hurt. I think he was
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Are you sure he wasn't just checking your cervix?
he was, I think, trying to make me squirt.
Okay, Barbara. I didn't know we were
like
going there with this
aggressively just like-
conversation.
He was very aggressive with it. And like after he tried to fuck me and it like really hurt. And I had to get him to stop. I was like, you fucked me up with your fingers. Like, what the fuck did you do? But it's like, how deep do you have to go to hurt someone?
How deep is your
Well,
love?
plus, yeah, isn't like the good
How
stuff like
deep
right at
is
the
your
entrance?
love?
Yeah, like an inch back or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just too
And even I
aggressive.
know that.
Yeah.
You want to practice?
Come on, should we?
Ooh, but yeah, long vaginas.
Happens. So I had kind of a similar one, but like,
Long penis?
Your dick's too long.
yeah, I went to the doctor. They were like, you have a really long dick, and I was
I'll be
just
like, "Yeah, I'm going to set you up.
I have a long penis.
like, the weirdest thing just happened. Like,
My
I had a
dick is
long
huge.
And then my mom was just calling me long dick for months.
Yeah. She won't
weird.
stop. She won't
What a
let
close
up.
relationship.
Strange. We're really close. No, I had so like I had this like intense pain in my genitals, and I was like, fuck, I have cancer. It's ball cancer.
Was it like throbbing?
Yeah, like it hasn't happened in a while, but like, so I went to the doctor and they told me to go to the urologist, and so I had to go see this old man who was just like playing with my balls, and he was just like, oh yeah, it's varicocele, which is just you have like enlarged veins in your ball sack, basically like varicose veins.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, he was like, you just lay down if it hurts.
Like on your stomach or on your back?
Just like lay down, be horizontal.
So the blood-
Because it's just like the blood flow, and so I seriously thought I had cancer.
So you have too much blood flow to your balls?
Yeah, my balls got too much blood, and
So does it still happen?
it doesn't happen anymore, which is the weirdest thing. Because I was just like, when we thought about this, I was just thinking like, what's the weirdest like doctor's experience I have? And I was like, yeah, that really hurt like 10 years ago. But then like,
Well, I would have
Ever
loved
since
it
then.
if it. I mean, not. I don't want you.
I would have loved it.
for your balls to still be in pain, but like if you were like here working and like you're like in a meeting about RTX.
gotta lay
and all
down.
that, Hold on, you're like,
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Now we're gonna know why.
Gotta
It was like-
redistribute
balls.
It never happened
the ball
anymore.
flow.
But I was so nervous. Like I was like Googling like prosthetic testicles. Like 'cause I was like, they're gonna cut my balls off, and I have to have balls. And I was like, well, do I?
Do you?
Like, what would it look like if I just had like dong? Like would they get rid of the sack? Would it just be like an empty
feel like-
coin purse? Like,
Yeah, I want an empty one. This is just like a chicken waddle.
Oh my god. Okay. So, no, I should probably.
Just one of those.
When we cut my dog's balls off, he had a little coin purse and flick it sometimes.
Yeah, Rupert has a little rudder.
Why would you do that to your
It
dog?
was empty.
You know, Rupert only had
in
one
there.
nut.
when he was born.
Like when he was
Yeah.
born?
Well, like dogs' nuts drop when they're like, I don't know, like 6 months old or so.
Mine too.
So
6 months, wow.
So only one dropped. He only had one nut, and the other one was up in his belly still, and so he had to get it cut out when he got neutered.
Aww,
yeah.
Rupee.
Oh,
I think that's why he's so cute and babyish. Like it's done it him.
The ball technically never dropped.
is that what happened to you? Is that why you're so cute and babyish? Is
Yeah,
that one nut?
yeah, I still got one up inside.
Now I'm wondering what it would be like to be with a guy who only had a dick and no balls.
Right? Cause the balls are probably my least favorite part about the
Do you see them? Are they there? Are they like apparent?
Oh,
like,
balls?
I
Yeah.
feel like they just like kind of hide out in the middle.
Well, no, they're
Wait,
they're
what?
very apparent.
they
Like
hide
you can
out.
like see like little eggs.
And some people have
hide
big old
out.
balls.
What
'Cause, like-
what position are you imagining?
Well, you got your, and then
Okay.
you got your in there.
Yeah.
Do they not hang like right here?
they
so do
hang
you
right
see them?
below it.
Yeah.
Under it? So like,
Like
if
go
you're,
between the legs.
So you
like
get the
here.
penis, and then they're like right here.
so it's not in between the legs.
It depends how big
No,
they are.
they're not between the legs. They're right,
Wait.
right under the shaft.
Who's gonna show me?
Well, okay. So here's some.
Go see Popstar because there's a full dick and balls right in that.
I mean, I've seen them. You know, like I've seen them.
Yeah, you
Have
watch
you?
porn.
So like
you watch porn.
your labia on a vagina, if they were fused together and had something descended into it, would be balls. And the clitoris is the penis.
When you're speaking in vagina terms.
There you go.
Yeah, I get it.
You know all these
I gets it.
Well, yeah, because it's like when you're getting fucked by a penis, you feel the balls slapping against you. So you like,
Do you?
yeah, do you
What?
not?
I haven't been.
It also depends. that was once with a
Doctors.
guy with very droopy balls, and they were just like.
That's kind of fun though.
Yeah, it depends on the position. Sometimes
Yeah.
it felt good. Extra little clit slap.
This episode was not. Well, I
Brought to
guess
you by balls.
Well, we had one thing, one segment that was sexual in nature, but none of them.
That's all. We always go back to it.
God damn it.
So my worst experience at a doctor had nothing to do with the vagina, surprisingly enough, because that's usually what people would expect. I was experiencing severe back pain, like right around my pelvis area, down here. Because I was going to the gym a lot, and every time I would do a squat, it would feel like it would go numb, and I'm like, that's not normal. The lower area of the back, and so I went to a doctor for it, and expecting her to be like, well, let's do an X-ray, let's see what's up, maybe there's something wrong, and I went in, and she's like, okay, bend over. So I bent over. She's like, okay, turn. Did some turns. She felt around, and she's like, there's nothing wrong. What? And I'm like, no, there's something wrong. It goes numb when I'm doing this, and every time I walk, it hurts. There's something going on. She goes, we could prescribe some steroids. And I'm like, okay, because apparently that helps with inflammation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And she's like, okay, yeah, just come back if it doesn't get better.
This is basically why I don't go to the doctor.
I know. They always
it's
do
just
that.
such a waste of time.
I know, and it's like, I was like, can you give me something an X-ray? I need to know if something's wrong. And she's
It's always
she's
yeah,
like, if you're worried, we could
visits.
take an X-ray. And I'm like, I am worried.
That's why I'm here, bitch.
Let's do that.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
Why would I be coming to a doctor? If it was inflammation, I'll just
I feel like
fucking
it's
ice
probably
it for a
they have
while.
so many visits that with hypochondriacs, and so they're always just
Sure.
first visit, yeah, whatever, you're fine.
I
If
never
it still
go to the
sucks, come
doctor
back.
unless it's something
Yeah, same
that
with
I'm
me.
legitimately worried about.
Yeah.
So I was just pissed off the whole day. Also, the steroids is a whole nother thing. So they give you this pack of steroids, and you're supposed to start with a big dose, and then the next day you take less and less and less until you're only taking one pill. And the way this package was, it had 6, and then 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. You're supposed to take it for 6 days. But it was also I didn't know which way the pack went. So it was 6 this way, but also 6 this way. And so I'm like, this looks right. And so I took all 6. And then I looked at the package and I flipped it over and it's take these 6. And I'm like, oh fuck, I did it the wrong way. So I thought I overdosed because I didn't realize they're all
You
the
just started
same.
working out.
They're all the same.
You grow a
amount.
mustache.
Well, I'm just I just overdosed on steroids. I started Googling what do you do when you take an overdose? How do you make yourself throw up? Holy shit, I was freaking out. I was having a panic attack. And then I talked to someone else at the office who I think they take a lot of medication, so
Take a
they're
lot of
very used to
steroids.
it. Maybe.
Explain.
And they looked at the package. They're like, oh, you're good. Each pill is the same dosage. So whether you take 6 from here or 6 from there or 6 from anywhere, it's the same thing. And I was like, oh, thank God. But I thought I was going to die in that moment. And just overall, that doctor experience and me thinking I was about to die was just bad.
Yeah.
Doctors are scary.
Not good.
So mine does involve the vagina.
Yay!
Back to it. Back to it.
The different part of the vagina.
The lower
The
vagina.
anus part.
The pee-pee part.
They're actually connected.
The PB part.
So I fell off my bike once upon a time and got handlebar
How old were you?
20.
Oh dear God. Sorry.
I got handlebar to the crotch. So like I fell forward and just like straddled the handlebar. And so my whole region was bruised and my stomach was swelling. Like I was just really bloated and weird. So I went to the emergency room to make sure I didn't have any internal bleeding. So, they're doing this like vaginal exam on me, and to see if I was bleeding internally, they needed a urine sample, but I was on my period. So there would have been blood in the urine anyway. So they had to do a catheter. Yeah. I don't know if y'all have ever had a catheter, but it feels exactly like you imagine it would feel.
They didn't like numb you or like put you
No,
under?
just like a straw in your pee hole.
Oh.
And my boyfriend at the time was with me, and he would get really bad panic attacks, and so he had one,
good.
and he started throwing up everywhere.
Good.
Insult to injury.
Awesome.
Yeah,
God.
Literally. So he was in the room with you while you were getting a catheter?
yeah.
I would have been like, bitch, leave the room!
No, I wanted him there.
Get
I was like,
out.
oh, my hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some support for sure.
Did
Fuck
he
that
watch?
No, he was like, standing up here with me holding my hand, and they were,
But he still threw up?
yeah,
shit. Yeah.
That's rough.
yeah.
So what happened?
They just gave me some pain pills and told me to ice it and just take it easy.
Because it like
Ice your pussy.
got bruised by the
Yeah,
Nice that.
it was rough.
Ice that pussy.
ice. Dead.
I had to, when I was younger, I don't think they do this anymore, but the STD test they used to do for guys, they'd take a cotton swab and stick it up your pee hole and twist it around, and it felt like it was like steel wool, just like,
God.
Oh God.
but now you can just pee in a cup. It's the future.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
See,
Not
that's
that I get tons of STD tests, right?
But no internal bleeding.
No internal bleeding.
You were good?
Yeah, it was good.
Mine, you know how you get pap smears?
Yeah.
Once a year.
That's what
As
I
you're supposed
found
to
out
do.
about my long vagina.
Ladies, if
too,
you're not
yeah.
getting pap smears on a regular basis, especially if you're sexually active, go fucking do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single year.
Yep.
Regardless, even if you're having sex or not, if you're like over the age of 14, like get them done.
Yeah, if you're a guy, do it too.
Find out how long your vagina is.
But-
Let us know in the comments.
Twice this has happened to me where I've had a pap smear and it's come back abnormal, which means they need to do a secondary test, which is called a colposcopy, I believe. Have you had that done?
I've had this done.
It is so bad. Like pap smears already are annoying and
they're
a little bit uncomfortable because they
do
like
they
go.
do?
They
honey.
They put a little clamp inside you and then open you up.
They
And
crank
then
you right up.
They take a swab.
Speculate, I know what that
and they basically swab the inside of you.
I've had that done on my inner cheek
But it feels
before.
weird. It's like
feels weird.
scrapey from the inside.
Yeah.
And so the colposcopy. Yep, I don't know.
it, yeah.
They have to scrape,
off a
really
piece.
scrape inside.
Wait, a colposcopy is like a camera, I think.
For me, it was more scraping.
Was it a biopsy?
I don't know.
It was
Isn't a biopsy with a camera?
See.
Whatever they had to do, they had to basically go deeper and like scrape inside the cervix or something.
Yeah.
I need to find. I need to.
Endometrium.
We should get Bethany here and he just.
I know a word.
Yeah, she knows all about vaginas and how it's 3 holes. But they like scrape inside you, and it like basically they're like you're gonna be cramping the rest of the day because it's gonna fucking hurt. And I remember the first time I ever got it, I was like, I went back to my car and I just sat in my car like this, like, my fucking uterus. And then, sure enough, the next time I got a pap smear, they're like, oh, it came back abnormal. We're gonna get this. And I'm like, no, I
I had to go through that for like 3 years in a row. I mean, better safe than sorry.
True.
But
Yeah.
every time they like come back for a biopsy, I'm like, because they would snip a piece of your cervix off. I can like feel it. It's like,
I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, that's
God.
that.
You get like a
Yeah.
spinal tap or something for that? Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Just like,
no, they don't offer that.
it's terrible.
oh my God. I don't want to
So
do it.
bad.
Well,
Not to scare you.
Get your pap
Everyone should
smears.
go.
They're
get your
important.
pap smears.
Get
What
your
you do
dicks
is
smeared.
you
Get your
go
dick
into the room, you take off all your clothes, including your underwear.
Yeah, which kind of underwear are you wearing?
Maybe you're wearing MeUndies.
I know I am.
Maybe you're an Irish lady and you wear MeUndies.
MeUndies. Ladies, putting on good underwear in the morning is a key part of owning your day. Good underwear helps you feel confident, powerful, sexy, and ready to conquer the world, as you should, including if you need to go for a pap smear and need that extra confidence. MeUndies will be the most comfortable pair of underwear you will own. Made from a sustainably sourced, naturally soft fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. So many cute styles and colors to choose from. Solids, patterns, bright colors, lace, one for every mood and every occasion. Once you feel MeUndies for yourself, you will love them. Right now, MeUndies has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first pair and free shipping. MeUndies is so sure that you'll love their underwear, they even offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You order a pair, and if you don't love your first pair, get a full refund. This is a no-brainer to try. 20% off, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. To get your 20% off, go to meundies.com/open. That's meundies.com/open. This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. It changed my life, and it's time to let MeUndies change yours. Go to meundies.com/open right now.
Let's do it.
Also like the best link that any podcast has, right? meundies.com/open. It's perfect.
And I've been wearing MeUndies for years, and ever since I put them on, I haven't had any problem with my varicocele. It cures ball problems.
They should put that in the ad.
They should.
Cures balls. Cures your ball.
Cures your balls.
All right, let's do our last segment.
I'm scared.
How many do we have? At least like
Enough.
enough. You can hear
A
them.
bam!
You can hear them rattling in there.
Many, many to choose from. But this is the lucky one.
There can be only one.
All right, this one's submitted by James. And James writes, there's a girl I really like. The only problem is she's taken. We really hit it off the first time we met, and we talk a lot now. She doesn't always seem like she's happy with her current boyfriend. I don't want to play homewrecker, but I'm not exactly sure what to do. Do I leave it alone, or is there something I could do? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Welcome to pretty much 99% of the population at some point in their life.
Oh yeah.
On a positive note, that's how I met my husband.
You were a homewrecker?
No,
Oh.
No.
Your home got wrecked?
Was he the homewrecker?
he almost was. He could have been, but he waited.
Oh.
So yeah, like when Michael and I first met, I was dating a different guy, and we were all part of the same big group of friends. And that guy and I were not great together. We fought all the time, and like he would often make me cry, and I would kind of withdraw from the group and go, suss it out to myself. And Michael would always like pop up out of nowhere to make sure I was okay.
He was just a good friend.
Yeah, he was always there. And when we finally broke up once and for all, like that night, we were all drinking and airing our grievances, and I was like, I like Michael. I'm gonna ask him out. So I texted him like that night, and
Wait, they broke up?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
And asked him out. I was like, I think you and I would be really good together. We should go on a date sometime.
And what did he say?
He said yes.
I like the confidence, Becca.
like that
Let me
too.
have
That's
some
really
of that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass it off. Pass
How
it
do
off.
I
I
learn
would never
that?
be able to do that.
So I think that's also like a really good method.
Yeah.
Stay good friends with this person. Make sure that they always know that you're there for them. But don't. I would recommend not trying to push it or like
Oh, yeah.
Don't
telling
push
that
it past
person
a
like,
certain point,
or
yeah.
don't say like I'm in love with you and I want to be with you, because if that person doesn't reciprocate those feelings, or if they are indeed happy in their relationship, it's just gonna make things awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even if they're like in trouble with the relationship, it's not the right time to like throw that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not your time or place to decide that relationship needs to end.
Exactly.
Now, like that's my initial feeling. Then the more I think about it,
Oh, okay.
right,
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I'm like, all's fair, right? Like, I'm not cheating. This guy's cheating.
Really?
So you
But
would
do
be a
you
homewrecker?
want? I mean, would you want that to be how you get with that person that you really like? I mean,
Does it matter?
Eh.
but
Well, I
mean,
guess if I really liked him, I'd probably wait.
yeah,
But yeah, and then I guess they really like him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it
it might
probably
be
would.
for
Probably.
peeps.
It's always
Like-
tough because it's like they met and he was in a relationship, or she was in a relationship. It's not like they've been friends for a while and then like these feelings came
Yeah.
up.
So they hit it off the first time they met and they talk a lot now. But
Yeah,
she
I would
doesn't
just-
seem happy in her relationship.
You never know though, because
never
some
know.
people just like some people like to just kind of like
Vent.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you pick up on things that might necessarily not be true.
Yeah.
I know so many people who talk shit about their significant others when they're among friends, but then they're like the most whipped
Totally in
people.
love with them, yeah.
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 Yeah. Or just like that's the way that they're happy. Like it's like there's some things that they don't like about that relationship, but they're still really happy and in love.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we don't agree on this thing, or he does this and I'm not a fan of it, but it's still a good relationship and it's still healthy for them.
Yeah. And or you might find out that like maybe they aren't good together, but also maybe you and this person are not good together.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, 'cause
be prepared
sometimes-
for that. 'Cause,
yeah, there's-
like that might happen.
And sometimes it's that like the it's forbidden. Like I can't have this. So like it's awesome now, but then when they break up and it's an option, you're like, oh, actually, I don't really like you even that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, just like maintain the friendship.
But like
Keep
don't
it-
expect
yeah.
anything out of it. What do you guys think about telling people those feelings? Like you have a friend that you're really close to and you have feelings
Because
for.
a lot of people ask us this question.
Yeah.
I go back and forth on it, honestly. I think it's a dangerous thing to play with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, on one hand, maybe this person is just clueless and they have no idea that you're into them. And the second you tell them, they're just like, I feel the same way about you. Like, nah, now I know we could be together. Or then it's just like, oh, but I'm in a relationship or I'm not interested and now I feel awkward being around you.
I think it's like a situational thing though. Like there's not gonna be like one answer that solves everything, you know, like it's gonna be different for everyone. You gotta like feel it out and suss it out and, but I don't know, like.
It's just dangerous territory.
It's a dangerous game. And I've been in situations like this.
Yeah, it's like love and war, man.
Here.
Like it's all fair. Like.
Yeah, I've been interested in people who are not available. And
it's the only people I like.
It is heartbreaking. It is truly heartbreaking and it's painful. You know, it's like a heartache constantly. It's just like.
Well, that's another thing is like,
about
don't pine after them either. Like if they're gonna be in a relationship and you wanna like maintain the friendship so that maybe one day it'll happen. But like I've been there before where I've been waiting for like somebody to break up with someone else and you're like, I'm in love with you. Like this is insane. This sucks. This is horrible.
Yep.
You know, so you have to like, it's not happening right now. Maybe like explore other options, but keep that on the back burner.
Yeah. I just think just being good friends.
Yeah.
Be there for that person. When
And ultimately, if that's all you get, be happy you have that.
Exactly.
Because that'll probably last longer than your relationship.
And then you're gonna always be the person that they go to, and that I think will show something to that person of like, whenever I need to talk to someone or if I'm feeling sad, this person has been there for me, and I think that's gonna go a long way.
Yeah.
But I would recommend not maybe specifying how you feel or trying to
just
get in the way of
You
that.
could do like a sabotage thing though, like first wives club them, like report them like to like sex offender list or like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow.
Let's not do that.
Fuck around.
Okay.
Or like hide child porn in their house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's
Let's
definitely
not
not
do
do
Yeah,
that.
break up the relationship.
Okay,
Send them to jail.
cut that bit out.
I'm just saying you could. First Wives Club is an amazing movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's always dangerous territory when you fall for your friends.
I mean, it was been dangerous between us.
I know.
Once I fell, oof.
Gosh, we can't stay away from each other.
I know.
He's just waiting.
It's always so weird.
I'm
when
just
you
maintaining the
kiss,
friendship. Do you
kiss
need
your
anything?
friend for the first time?
Kissing your friend
so
for the
awkward.
first time is weird.
Should we do it right now?
Yeah, come here.
Oh, I was really hoping that would happen.
I would.
Everything went slow motion for me.
Oh, did it? And then, like some songs started playing. And
Guys, this would make a great thumbnail.
oh my God, no, thank you.
Laura would not be happy.
Laura probably would not be happy now.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd be cheating. All right, well, good luck, James.
got
Let us
this.
know how it goes. Send an email. If we've answered your question on the show, send us an email to alwaysopen@rooster.com with the subject line follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually did. We can plug this one real quick. We did get a follow-up from, I think it was the episode with Jeremy about this guy wrote in about how he wants to have a threesome and his girlfriend agreed. And she was like, okay, but like she's super picky about who they choose. And so we were like, it just sounds like your girlfriend doesn't want to have a threesome. She's just like making things up. And he wrote in, he was like, yeah, that's basically the truth.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to have a threesome and she just like didn't know how to tell me.
I didn't tell you about this either, I think, but I was in Portland for Rose City Comic Con, and there was a girl who came up to the booth, and like, you know, a lot of people come up and they're like, I love Always Open. I'm like, oh, thank you. Anyone who watches it, you're awesome. You're my favorite. But she came up to the booth and she was like, I just want to thank you so much for the show. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like, thank you for watching. She's like, the episode with Chris Damaris, where you gave him a tampon and asked him to demonstrate how to use it. She's like, I did not know how to use a tampon until that episode. And now I know how to use a tampon.
Did Chris show her, or did he not?
Well,
know?
yeah, we taught him how to do
You
it.
showed him how.
He like showed how to, everyone how to do it. And I was like, oh my God, like I never expected that to
You
happen.
changed somebody's life.
Yeah, and so like shit like that, I'm like,
That's awesome,
That
yeah.
is the best thing to hear ever.
yeah. It's always like the things that you wouldn't expect.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, yeah, if you have a question for us too, you could also email us at alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Guys,
Barb?
thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Twas fun.
Twas a blast.
Can't
Bye,
wait
guys.
to tea.